OBS has given me a green light. All right. Now it's up to you guys to make sure that I am
It's
informed of
streaming with
anything
some
stupid.
pre-roll right now.
Cool.
Looks like we have a 5-hour power energy or a Lexus commercial. No, it's 5-hour energy. Okay.
Oh
Didn't know if they
boy.
did some brand integration there.
Hashtag not sponsored. All right, Rafe, let's go do this.
How did we ever like actually start this thing?
I don't know. I don't
I
think
mean,
we
I
ever
know we
really
said
did.
hello, but like, it's been what, 4 centuries now since the last time we streamed?
Yeah, and we only did like 2 official episodes and one like test
Oh, that
stream.
one that got fucking like. I thought we did 2 real episodes and then one got completely fucked because it was the last one we did and it was I don't know, some shit where our audios were over each other the entire time.
Yeah, yeah, we were playing Sea of Thieves. It's when we just it was the last time that I played Sea of Thieves was for that stream.
Yeah, it was
And
the whole
the
thing.
audio. Yeah, the audio got cut over each other because I was naive and was like, "Nah, it's still synced from the last time I did it." And it wasn't. But yeah, hello to the 1, 9, 10, 3, or 0 of you that are watching this right now.
Hello, people.
Oh, it's
Oh, it's
player
player
in the
numbers.
player numbers.
That's all right.
All right. I'm actually gonna go ahead and mute this person because I wish there was like a mute all option.
Yeah, but I've never heard another person talk except for the very beginning, like my literal first match.
Ah. But yes, as people can plainly tell, you were playing Apex, the legends of them, those guys, those ones, the ones from
I
Apex.
don't know why I thought you were gonna say Aliens vs Predator, but that was legitimately what was in my brain about to come out of your mouth.
Aliens versus Predator or Aeons versus Predator? Why is he going into? Well, okay. Okay. Oh,
Aliens.
geez, he barely
Aliens.
cleared that cliff. He barely cleared that cliff. What's this? Oh, I like this pistol. But yeah, we're just mainly going to be talking about Apex Legends because I can't speak to EJ, but oh yeah, do you remember our names? I
Oh,
don't think they remember our names because it's been
I
like
mean,
you said, like 40 years.
yeah. They'll pick it up eventually. You're
Eventually,
you're Finkelbob and I'm Green Duke.
exactly. So this is Carmen Duke and I am Schvinkdorp.
Yep. My good friend Dorple Blanc.
Oof. But what I was gonna say was I can't speak to EJ, but I am not a huge fan of Battle Royale games. I don't think I've ever actually asked you what you feel about them. Oh, jeez.
I love the idea of them. I want them to work well, and I want them to be Battle Royale. Probably like anybody who's seen Battle Royale and played a Battle Royale game. I just want them to be that, and they're not. They're video games instead. We're not at the point where we
Makes
can
sense.
play a movie.
Oof, no, baby. Oh, God, please, no, come back. Oh, God, damn it.
It's cool. I can parkour this wall while I'm down.
Ah, fuck me. Shit. I feel like I shot him in the face a decent number of times, though. But yeah, I've also never seen I know what it's about. I've never seen the movie, though. I'm not sure I even really want to. But I know the general idea of it.
I mean, a bunch of bad kids in Japan get shipped off to an island where they all have to murder each other. And they all get bags of random shit that they have to use to either survive or murder each other.
Did do they just get them in the beginning, or?
Yeah, they all show they like they drive through a tunnel and the tunnel like knocks them out, or there's like gas being pumped through the air conditioning or something, and they all wake up in a classroom on the abandoned island with their old teacher. Teacher's like, "Hey, I'm the head of the murder kids division in the government now," and he's all like, "Y'all are some shit kids, especially you, shit kid," and it's like the main character or whatever. And then he's like, "This is how it works. You all know how it works, but I'm explaining it now for the viewers." And then he calls their names. They grab their bag of randomly assorted things, and they run out. And then about 30 seconds passes. He calls another name, and they grab their bag full of stuff, and they run out.
Because like the main part of the movie that I knew was that it all kind of like usually diverted down into, hey, we're all gonna die, so why not just fuck?
That was one girl, I think.
Was it just one girl?
And she murdered the people who she enticed into fucking.
Ah.
And then she stole their shit because it was better than her folding fan and empty water bottle, I think.
You could probably murder somebody with a water bottle if you tried hard enough.
Yeah, like you're guaranteed water, like a sandwich, and other than that, it's like completely random. You get literally, like I said, from a folding fan to like a comma, to a shotgun, or some antibiotics.
Looks like everybody's going that way. Not too many people are actually going over here. So,
Ooh, that's
I'm gonna launch us down there.
Here we go. Ready up.
Ooh, burned forest. Because you had the two biggest ones, I guess, that I know, or the two biggest franchises that were like influenced by that movie were like the Hunger Games and I think the Maze Runner.
First blood.
I've never seen Maze Runner. I just watched the previews and I'm like, well, that's dumb.
Yeah, because it's not really Battle Royale because it's not like it's a game or anything. Ooh, purple armor.
Yeah, that one was just about killing kids.
Yeah.
Like, my thing with Maze Runner is, like, I saw the giant monolithic superstructures that they were afraid of, and I'm like, who even built those and made children afraid of them? What even... I guess that was supposed to be, like, a focal mystery or something of the plot, and it just, like, I don't know, man. I just saw it, and I'm like, that's stupid. I'm not about this. They're clearly intelligent children to a degree. There's no reason for them to like demonize technology like that.
New kill leader. Call him if you spot him.
Yeah. But I mean, the Hunger Games kind of just straight up stole the concept.
Yeah, it was literally in order to keep society in line, we murder children until there's one child.
Sounds like a good idea.
Definitely entertaining.
But I think a good place to start with the conversation would be the little like mini conversation we had in text of like, because I'm not super clear. I've never played most of the well, I'm sure there's a ton of Battle Royale games now that I just haven't played because I don't know their names or that they exist. But the only Battle Royale games I've played are PUBG a little bit when it was free for like 15 minutes on Xbox.
Same.
Fortnite. Yeah, because me and EJ played together. We tried Fortnite, and it was only enjoyable as like a background thing to do while just talking and hanging out. And then this one, and I thought because of Fortnite that I would just straight up dislike all games of the genre, and I don't, because I'm actually kind of strangely addicted to this one. But I think that's just because this one kind of learned from what the other ones did, and I'm not too familiar with DayZ or how fucking PUBG came out of that game, so you seemed more knowledgeable on it than I was.
Well, it's more of just the history of it that I'm knowledgeable about, because I only had as much time on PUBG as you did.
Yeah.
My last game literally being I got lagged out of existence while we were swimming across the ocean to be like the final two. God, that was disappointing. As much Fortnite as you, which, and this game, which is like actually enjoyable and well balanced.
Yeah.
But I honestly, they're the big three, so we have experience with what we need to for like a competent battle royale conversation. The DayZ portion was just it's what kicked it off, but most people couldn't play DayZ unless they had a really good like gaming rig, you know?
Really? Because I'm pretty sure that game looked as good as PUBG did. Like, it did not look like a great game.
The thing is, it ran about as good as it looked. So you needed a better like gaming setup just to fucking run the thing.
Mm.
And so it wasn't very widely available. Like, it was definitely popular for the sphere, especially like even our rungs in college. Like, there were plenty of people we knew that had just played the shit out of DayZ, but like when the Battle Royale mod came out, it was like on the decline of DayZ, where they announced that it was like finally getting a real release and not just in an early access proto building stage. And everyone had kind of stopped believing that at the time, just because it had been so long, and why even bother? Because you had to like pre-buy Arma, and then or you had to buy Arma, then download the DayZ mod, like all fucking 50 gigs of it. And then download the Battle Royale mod on top of that to access those servers and shit.
I hit my microphone. Jeez, that is a lot. I did not know that.
Yeah, so it wasn't exactly a widely available thing. And then the dude who designed the Battle Royale mod either went out looking for people who could like help him turn it into an actual game, or was approached by Korean investors, and it started working and eventually released a working version of PUBG, which like just gotten a real release last year out of the 3 to 4 years it's been out and playable. And that's just because of pressure from Microsoft mainly.
Yeah, because like that's the other thing is like, I think even if you like if you go in and log in and play Fortnite right now, it used to say like early access, but I think it says like now open beta or something like that, where they like tried to change it so it's like, oh no, we're making progress, but like that I don't like it that games do that, because it's clearly not even a beta, it's like nearly a finished product. So it's just like, thing.
Fortnite wasn't a battle royale game when they got all that fucking progress in it. Like all those assets, all the guns, all the building, none of that was for the battle royale. It was all for their actual like PvE game, which they were trying to promote through YouTubers for some time. Like I think 4 or 5 years ago, you could watch Markiplier do like an early access thing that I don't even know if he put up on his channel. But like it was for essentially a zombie survival game. You build defenses and traps, and then PUBG was like getting all that buzz, and they're like, well, we already have all this, our game is shit, so let's make a battle royale mode, see what we can do with that, to promote their like actual game. And the battle royale ended up being so much more popular than the actual game that nobody was buying the actually buying the early access to get access to the PvE version, and just the free Fortnite was how they were getting all their money through the microtransactions. And so that became their main focus. And I mean, I haven't looked into it, but as far as I know, the original concept for Fortnite is long dead and gone.
Yeah, because like I knew about that. I knew it was like a zombie survival game, because you're supposed to survive like not a full Fortnite because it's not a full Fortnite, but like essentially that was the idea, was to survive for like a night or as long as you could, like go out and scavenge for supplies during the day and build your base at night, and that's where all the building mechanics came out of. And
Well,
then
sort of. That was the original idea, but then it ended up being kind of like a quest-based thing for loot.
mm,
And that's how like the loot rarity tiers came about in the Battle Royale version. But there were like little mini quests and things where it's like, oh, this settlement-ish area just has a radiant quest that requires us to defend this fucking power reactor or something for X amount of time. So you accept the quest, you run through the environment to go do that, and then you do the quest for loot.
huh. Because, yeah, I guess that's a good question. It's something, because I haven't played PUBG in forever, so I don't really remember. PUBG also had, like, rarity-based loot, right?
Not that I remember, honestly. They had rarer loot, but they didn't have, like, those rarity tiers. They just had shit laying all over the place.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Like, it was definitely not a
interesting.
case of all things are created equal with the bulletproof frying pan, but they just had things. There weren't rarities to PUBG as far as I remember.
Because, yeah, that's interesting. I didn't think about it in the sense of that Fortnite was the one that introduced the rarities to items, because that's also a thing that feels like it's a staple of the genre for me because of that. And like I said, this is all like speculation because I haven't found any like little indie battle royale games that have been made. Like I'm only just assuming that like people are looking at Fortnite and being like, oh, so this is what a battle royale game is. I just make a map, put in some rarity-based loot, put in all the normal, gun types, and then off we go.
Well, unfortunately, from witnessing my nephew trying to get his fix of battle royale, through like my like through his grandpa's like cell phone with like Roblox Royale and shit. They pretty
Really?
much just copy
Roblox?
Fortnite straight out and then just slap on whatever graphics they could afford.
Really, Roblox
so-
of all things.
So I mean, it's a popular enough IP, man.
I mean, I know, but geez.
I mean, I'm certain it's not licensed by Roblox, but East Asian fucking cell phone companies don't give a shit enough to like actually carry out a suit, and then even then the Fortnite PUBG suit was weird just because of how the two different countries, being the U.S. and Korea, handled the copywriting of that nature. And I don't know what happened with the suit. I don't particularly care, but it was supposed to be interesting because it's not technically viewed as infringement the way it was done by Korean standards. Regardless, point being, they just pretty much copy Fortnite straight out because that's what had all the children playing. So loot rarity tiers were one of those mechanics, which honestly makes sense because dungeon crawlers, you want them oranges, bro. You want them oranges. And like,
Yeah, you do.
it's a very base, like, Skinner box kind of thing. And when you give it to kids, it's a very powerful mechanic.
That's a good point. And I'm actually kind of glad that you can confirm that for me, because I only just now realized, like, maybe I'm just crazy. Oh, God, are we getting shot at?
Are we?
I don't know. Could have been
I
your...
was told that our teammate was really far away.
Okay.
There was a blue blinky thing, and I wanted to check it out.
Okay, yeah. Never mind. It was probably just your hook that I saw going into the wall multiple times.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Ooh. What? Okay. That was weird. Yeah, I just realized, I'm like, maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just pessimistic, thinking that people will look at Fortnite and be like, oh, I'll copy this and see if I can make money. But apparently that is what people are doing.
Alright, I may have been wrong about weapons not having rarity because this motherfucker just picked up an orange sniper rifle and I've never goddamn seen it in this game before.
Really?
It just looks like a space Beretta 50 or Barrett 50 cal sniper rifle.
Huh. Because, yeah, the only way I could see this game because I was about to say that I'm glad that this game doesn't have like gun like rarities for guns. They have rarities for parts, which means everybody can start with the base gun, and you can just work to better that gun. So it's kind of like a build your own quest kind of thing. But the only way I can see this game having like different rarities of guns is if it comes pre-attached with some really awesome stuff.
Yeah, it came out of a drop crate, so I think it was just like, congratulations, you found the magic drop crate for a super gun kind of thing. Which, I mean, I don't personally mind, but
Yeah.
I still prefer that they are a very rare occurrence, even if it is specifically from dropping crates.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna die. This is where we died last time.
Yeah, I remember opening this door and shooting a lady in the face right there.
We are not gonna live.
Hey, there's only 15 people left, and we're 3 of them, so we just gotta fight off 12 people.
Oh,
We can
goody,
deal with
goody.
that. We just have to kill 4 people each, I've killed 4 people in a match before. What, you think I'm...
Jesus, didn't mean to do that.
Open the door?
Sorry, door. Kick the door.
Oh. Why'd you do that? The door didn't deserve it.
I just wanted to punch the door, and turns out that's a special command action.
But yeah, because like this game does a decent amount different than the other Battle Royale games. Like, I think the biggest one is movement, because, like, no offense to PUBG, offense to Fortnite, moving around in those games does not, it's not good.
It really isn't. Fortnite's just boring, and you jump forever, and that's all you do. Like, you might as well
Yeah.
be on fucking pogo sticks with how often people jump in that game. And
Yeah.
and Fortnite, it is not built well mechanically. I mean,
No.
PUBG, not, I mean, Fortnite too, but PUBG is what I meant to shit on there. But like the movement in this behind you, Brandon.
Whoa.
Oh god.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Jesus, Christmas. That was like no time at all. I had a purple fucking shield.
Yeah, well,
And it-
you're
they just-
man.
They chewed through it like it was just cheese.
I got one of them. Got a whole one of them. I mean, I got a knockdown. Does that count as a kill? I know it doesn't, but I wish it did. You there, buddy? Because, if you are, ain't nobody can hear you. No Brandon to be heard. Just a neat little diamond shape. Alright, we have some technical difficulties to sort out. Hello.
Hello? Yeah, I had to disable and re-enable my microphone. I don't know if it's a problem with the driver, with the microphone, or what, but that's what needed to happen.
Do me a favor and speak more words.
Speaking words are coming out of my mouth like a goddamn waterfall.
Them some good words.
Yeah. What I was gonna say was that was the most Fortnite-like game I've had. Where you just run around for 16 minutes just to get killed before doing anything. And I don't know how you feel about this, and I'm pretty sure I've said it before. And I don't mean to get into how I would make a Battle Royale game before we, really get into talking about Apex Legends, but I really think that there should be more to do than just collect loot in this world, because essentially all of these games take place in an open world, and there's nothing to do in the open world. So I think that,
let's get into how you'd fucking build a Battle Royale game, dude. Let's do it.
All right. Let's do it. Okay, we're going then.
So I'd see your point, and I do agree that there's a lot of downtime if you're not in a populated area, but I think other than a smaller map overall, which I think most Battle Royale games could benefit from, I think that there'd have to be like a little bit of environmental threat as well. So even if there aren't people around to keep you engaged and there's like, I don't know, some wild fucking space tigers or something,
Yeah, like I definitely, because that's also a problem. Is like this. It's not that this world isn't beautiful or that they didn't do a good job, like crafting like the design and all the different places. And I'm sure there's an underlying story that they went with, even if it's a basic one.
Yeah, I skipped that intro cutscene because I didn't give a shit about whatever stupid Battle Royale hype they were trying to get me in.
But despite this world looking nice and having, a good layout, like, it doesn't feel alive. It doesn't feel, the example I'm always going to use from now on is Breath of the Wild, because that's just my favorite open world game. But, like, there's so much stuff to do.
I really don't think that you should.
Okay, well, because I'm not...
That is so completely unfair to both genres.
Well, because, like, I'm a fan of, like, looking at other games, like, that are completely different and looking at pieces that you can take from those games. So I'm not taking the whole game, and saying, like, just take Zelda and put a gun in his hand and make it this. I'm saying look at those games and see what they do to populate their world and see what you can...
If you take arguably one of the best open world games ever and try to apply its like how it makes its world feel alive to a Battle Royale game, you get Fortnite. It's
how so?
Because if you have something to do at every turn, then you have Fortnite PvE, where that sucked, and you get the PvP going, and that's built like shit because it had built itself upon having things to do when nobody was around. And so if you take that like new thing to find over every hill that isn't just to serve some purpose of function of survival or defeating the other players, then you just got a bad mix of two genres that shouldn't be together. Like, yes, this is an open, explorable environment, but you should not think of it as anything remotely Breath of the Wild, where it's you surviving alone in an environment where nothing else is alive. Like, it feels like a living world, but the only things that are there are the threats to your survival, being the environment itself, and, the things that are there to make you feel like you're surviving.
Okay, that makes sense. I forgot what I was going to say now, though. But, like, I guess the easiest idea to tie into that would be, like, I'd love to see what would happen if, like you said, if there was just a variance of AI enemies or tasks to complete, other than just, killing other people or things to do in between killing other people. But, like, the obvious idea that I thought of, and I'm sure a lot of other people could think of to, like, put something in between is I immediately, for whatever reason, thought of zombies or skeletons. Just something like that. Like they're a constant AI threat, and the reason I thought of them was because it solves two problems. One, you can kill the skeletons pretty easily, probably, or they'd give you something to deal with in between people, and I don't know, you could probably have some fun making something better than what Sea of Thieves did with their skeletons. But more important, hang on. But
No,
more
go ahead,
important,
continue. I'm just like, I'm growing at my own thought process here.
but more importantly, it would solve another problem of mine that I have, which is that I know not everybody has a problem with this, but I don't like how the game just kind of ends when you die. It can be appropriate at some points, I think, depending on what happens before you end up losing. But I just don't like. For me, it feels like I'm getting kicked out of the game before the game is over. You know, because I mean, in some cases where you'll die, you'll be like, okay, no, that felt like a completed experience. It feels like a complete story. I've gotten everything I wanted from that. That could still feel like a complete game despite not having completed the game. But I find myself more often than not being killed and then being like, oh, well, now I don't get to see what happens with the rest of this game, and I don't really care to see what happens with the rest of the game. So if there was like a skeleton AI threat, I think it could be a fun idea for when you die. You have the option. You don't have to. You can just jump into another game. But you have the option of sticking around and playing as a skeleton with limited options. That way you're not completely overpowered. But then like you have the option to win for essentially the skeleton team, essentially. And if I don't know how that would work because you could essentially, I guess, choose who wins. I guess. Or maybe there's a task that the skeletons are trying to complete that if they complete, the AI wins. That could be interesting. But just more options like that would be what I was trying to get at. I think that could be interesting to see how that works.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree that there should be something for your like personal enjoyment to tie you into the game after you die. Whether it be by setting weird fucking traps in the environment for players to maybe run into or something. I don't think there should be a lose or win condition because then the people who didn't lose, who have to focus on not being killed by the other not losers, then have to worry about the losers winning because they're not also fighting and beating the losers twice.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't like how aggressive I was about using the word lose, but it was the point of emphasis I was trying to make. I do think that there should be a persistent AI threat, since most games are really good about... Oh, I don't want to say that. Since this game is really good about making each biome feel unique, I really think it'd be cool to see, like, that AI threat tailored to each biome. Like, if you're in the swamp, maybe you have fucking robo-gators or something you gotta worry about. And then that could also influence where you want to land, because what you might find versus how close the dropship is versus how difficult the threat in that area is to deal with would really create, like, a really neat dynamic, in my opinion, if pulled off right.
Hostile right here.
Yeah, it could be.
Enemy spotted.
Yeah, and like, now that you mention that, I don't think that any of the games have really gone full on survival. They're just kind of like item hunters.
Yeah.
And I think maybe if I had tried a Battle Royale game that like actually had some survival mechanics in there, that way I wasn't just surviving other players, I might be more engaged.
I totally agree with that. Because I want my brain wrapped around as many different issues as possible in a game for whatever reason. I just like overthinking myself. And this game doesn't do that when there isn't an immediate threat. Like, it does it beautifully when you do run into other players, but when there aren't other players, it is just brain dead time for me.
Yeah. See, like this fight right now, it's happening is super fun. I'm having a good time. Recharging my cells with you. Ah, fuck me. I think they were above.
I knocked
they
one
are.
down, but they're probably reviving him now.
I'm glad we're giving him such a hard time, though.
Oh yeah, Gibraltar's inside.
Good, good.
Brandon, stop moving. That's for you. The roof is better.
Thank you. Okay, cool. Whew. Because yeah, this game handles death pretty interestingly. I like that you have the chance to revive your teammate even after they've died. That's neato.
Yeah, adds extra stakes to it, and I really appreciate that rush of like having survived for more than just yourself.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, maybe like a small goal could be like your entire squad surviving, you get more rewards than just you surviving or something like that. That could be cool.
I mean,
then it would make me
might do that. We just haven't won yet.
Yeah, maybe, possibly.
All right, I'm gonna hack this map.
Suppose now would be a good time for a shield cell. And
All right.
syringes.
Catching myself up.
There. I have 13% left on my ult, and then I'm just ziplining the. Oh, they're running.
Wonder if I could knock them.
A shooter.
All right, I set a zipline out.
Taking it. That worked out very interestingly.
Yeah, I knocked one down, and I'm okay that I didn't like confirm that kill. But you know what? We lived.
Yeah.
Now.
And we... Because I don't know, were there just two of them, or were there three?
I saw Wraith and Gibraltar for sure.
Rings nearby.
I think there were three, because I was getting shot at the same time you were after I knocked down Wraith.
Oh, it's interesting that just the two of us, were able to give three of them a run for their money.
Dude, this wingman is beautiful. I love it so much. It's honestly one of my favorite revolvers in any game I've played.
Heads up. New kill leader.
Oh, cool. I didn't have a knockdown shield. That would be nice. I wish Ultimate Accelerants did much for me, because maybe mine is great and I just don't know how to use it, but...
Champion found.
You can get some crazy distance by setting up your portals, and they don't leave the line like mine does. Like, anybody can use your portal, but it's a lot less obvious.
Yeah, I wonder when
There
Mr.
we go.
Dude left.
Okay, got out of the way. Oh, what were we talking about? Persistent AI threat and not being engaged?
I think so.
Alright. Cool.
Good. We're inside.
I'm really glad I downloaded that map data to get the head start on this place. That's another thing I like. The ability to, like, quote unquote, hack the system to figure out where the next circle's gonna be.
Yeah, that's neat. I didn't even know about that.
I was looking at the map yesterday, and it was just a little dingle dooble icon. I'm like, what's that? And it read it out, so I just made it a point to do that like 3 or 4 times.
Huh.
Just to see what it's about.
All right,
This place is
I guess I'm
totally
gonna.
untouched.
Yeah, because I'm up here. I found a bunch of shit up here. And I'm gonna free jump for some funnage. Well, it would be a lot cooler if she like flailed her arms a bit as she was falling, but oh well.
Do you use light ammo?
Yep.
There's a bunch out here.
I'm currently at 316 light ammo.
I guess. Oh, thank Jesus, I was about to shoot your face. Well, I wish I saw that was there before I used that shield coil.
Oh, dude, this SMG down here is such a cool skin. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, that was mine.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
I took it, and I'm happy about it.
Good. Because I literally hadn't used it the entire time.
Yeah, I've got a threat scanning scope for it, so I can scan for enemies, I guess. I don't know if it works through walls, but...
Was that already equipped?
Nope, that was something I found.
Okay, good. I was like, did I forget to actually keep a useful thing? Because this game's really good about detaching your attachments when you drop like a gun, and I'm very thankful for that.
Oh, dang. I have a Phoenix kit I didn't know about.
Yeah, that's real good.
Yep. Oh man, we've survived better than we did last time.
Yeah,
And something actually interesting happened. Let's see, what is this? The R99? I like the R99.
Warning. Ring closing. Already inside.
Looks like the ring is closing in on Jeff Bridges.
Your package coming in.
Alright, it seems like we're probably going to have enemies coming down from that way. I don't see
Gotcha.
anybody, but it seems like a likely approach.
Yeah. I'll let you watch that then, and I'll watch this other way. That way we're not caught by surprise.
You know, for as good as we're doing, this is probably the farthest I've been while also feeling the most under-equipped.
I guess something else to talk about that they did well with this game is the abilities.
Oh, of course our
like,
shack's like the middle.
Inside.
I do apologize, I cut you off.
hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Oh, you can?
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I accidentally moved my foot and knocked the cord out of my microphone.
Whoopsie poopsie.
But yeah, this game, like, adding in, like, the Overwatch-style ultimate ability with, like, other smaller abilities was a nice touch. Because it gives more options in fighting rather than just jump and shoot.
Oh, absolutely.
Because to keep ragging on
completely
Fortnite...
dependent on Pathfinder's grappling hook.
And I've gotten pretty good at sensing just the timing of my Wraith. Oh, do you see somebody?
Oh god, I killed him. Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Whoa!
We took out the kill leader.
Nice.
Good choice.
And apparently that was,
That was the
another
kill leader,
Pathfinder.
too. Oops.
Oh my god! Damn it, why couldn't I have seen that?
Firing.
Oh, I hit him. suppose I'll watch the stairs.
Alright. Oh, they're shooting me good. They're shooting me good, Captain.
Oof.
Oh god, I have the majority of the ground here too.
Oh my god, it's just us left.
Alright, well, there's... At least they were for it. Oh, top floor. Alley. Oh, bottom floor. I lied. They're every floor.
Oh my god! Well, that was the closest we'd come to winning, I guess.
Oh, they were smart. They double-decked us.
Yeah. I was quite sad when running away to downstairs with my Wraith ability to then hear you say, "Ah, downstairs!" And I was like, oh. Well, now I have to find a door, and I don't have enough time to get outside of said door. Oh, wow, he left pretty early in. Did he die?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was before we even found them. It was when we found those people that he left.
Definitely something I feel this game could do better, though, is like a couple of the abilities could be tweaked so that way they didn't seem as either situational or not useless, because they're not useless, but not not useless, I guess, or not useful or something like that.
Yeah. Gibraltar shields are pretty, like, good for what they are. Anything more, and I think it'd be too much, and anything less, I think it's completely fucking sandbag. Bloodhound's okay. It's not my cup of tea, but being able to tell exactly where your enemies are, splayed out in bright red against the background is very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't touched Caustic or Mirage, but Caustic's kind of dumb because you have to hide a giant man-sized barrel.
I'm gonna try Bloodhound because I haven't tried him yet.
He's neat. He's neat. Honestly, I think Wraith is the weakest right now. Out of what I've played, she's the least usable abilities.
Yeah, like, because, like, I like Wraith. I really think it's a neat ability, but, like, as like, everybody just saw, like, it either doesn't last long enough for you to really get anywhere useful, because, like, I don't know, either let you be in that mode for longer or give you a slight boost to your speed when you're in there. Any number of things could really help with that. Like, you could tackle it from multiple directions. You could do that. You could, like, we've been talking about off podcast, make the trail fainter, and or allow her to see faint outlines of people when she's in her alternate reality or alternate dimension or whatever. Because also not being able to see them is really not helpful. Because they can absolutely 100% see you and where you're going and what you're doing.
I've seen it get raised into more murder boxes than, like, anything. I've never seen it turn out well.
Yeah, the only time it actually did well was last game when I kept using it to run around the corner of the building.
Which I think is the only useful situation that you can do it, is to use it to get those last, like, 10, 15 feet behind cover, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't think that's enough for what everybody else can do.
So let me do a left bumper. Let's see how that works.
You can't use it to scout. If you use it aggressively, it's probably going to get you killed.
Sure, I'll take an alternator.
Havoc rifle here. Energy shotgun light ammo here.
Whoa,
Ooh,
that's gunfire.
Shot. Let me in. What are people doing locking me out?
What the shit? Got a headshot.
Staying closed.
Can they open it?
Oh my god, that hurt.
Oh my god, that was hilarious. Run, run! She can only punch. Ah,
I couldn't.
shit.
I had to reload.
I can't believe it. We managed to block the door.
Oh, I just kept closing on him at first. Oh my god. Oh, it was phenomenal. Oof. So, in your notes, you mentioned wanting to tweak like permadeath respawn in a way, but you never really expounded on that, and I figured you were saving it for the podcast, and here's the podcast, so.
Yeah, because like I've taken down, like I've been thinking about it ever since Fortnite, so like but getting back into playing this kind of game, I let's see, where is it? Oh, it's this one. It's this note. Usually it comes to me when I'm like about to fall asleep, which is kind of annoying, but whenever I think of stuff, I just write it down. And in my notes, I have problems to solve. A couple of the main problems that I would like to solve are, I want more control of your starting placement, and I want to specifically eliminate the jumping out of airship thing, because, you know, that's one thing for sure I can point out where it's like, yep, every single Battle Royale game that I know of has you jumping out of some kind of ship or falling out of the air onto the map somehow. And I think that there's a better way you can do that, because I feel like that's because there's an inherent bit of randomness. Like, you can use skill, like, to be like, oh, I can see a shit ton of people. I can see their trails. They're falling in this specific location, and you can use that information to your advantage. But, like, you see how often people relinquish the jump master in this game, because even with all that knowledge, there's no way to tell what the fuck you're gonna land into. And so I think there's a better way that makes it fairer, I guess, or it might not even be a problem with the jumping.
Oh, Brandon, that's the boat. That's the boat.
Yeah, it is the boat.
I'm going to the boat.
I'm gonna start in this station that's a little right next to the boat. But like, I suppose if you wanted to mitigate that problem and not completely like solve it. Why does a sniper rifle use light ammo? That's really weird. You could either, because I'm a big proponent of like reward players. Like, entice players with rewards. Don't punish them for playing the way you don't want them to, I guess. So like, I would try and find a way to like make it like have it not be worth it for people to kill players immediately, and basically give everybody time to like settle in and get set up first before any of the real like murdering goes down. Not where you can't murder anybody, you know, immediately, but that just, it's not insanely worth it to. And I don't know how I would particularly do that. I'd probably have to have a game, oh god, built first, to figure that out. But I'm dead.
Yeah, it's best to use his ability outside the door before you have a general idea, or so that you have a general idea of where to look when you burst in. Personally, I think they should lean into the random element like a bit harder, just to further strip away that sense of security you can get by, all right, like 80 of the 90 people dropped in this zone. If there are only 10 people left, my squad's 3 of them. We're gonna go off into bumfuck nowhere and just chill for the first like 5 minutes of the game. I think they should really strip that sense of possible security away, or even if you do fall into a crowd of people, knowing who's falling where and like being able to grab that gun immediately. I think like popping out of underground hatches, just randomly assigned by the game, would be an interesting way to do it, because then you immediately have no idea who might be where, what might be around you, or where you are at first. So you have less control over your surroundings, and it leans into the survival aspect a little bit harder. So you're like, I think that unless you get lucky and find a large amount of gunitude near your hatch, even if you do find somebody, you'd be less likely to engage them because you don't know what else might be around, who else might be around, or what they might have found immediately.
Maybe, and it would like, it's I like throwing ideas around because ideally, if I were a game designer, I'd want to try all of the things because you won't know what works until you try it, and so like
yeah, until it's in practice.
So like your suggestion might make a world of difference where people don't end up shooting each other immediately, or people might just disregard that and be like, ah, fuck it, I don't care, let's fight.
I mean, that's true. I definitely, just because of how I play games and who I am, it doesn't matter what they have. If anybody could see me on top of that boat, I just tried to win a fist fight against a shotgun. And I don't think that would change just because I'm not exactly sure where I'm at first, you know?
Mm-hmm. This is a long fall.
Oh yeah, grenade, that's all I need.
I have the Havoc rifle. Let's see how, well, I only have 40 bullets, so I'm not gonna see how weird it is.
I mean, the Force truly is with this Skywalker, I gotta say. Because I don't think I'd have pulled this off.
Yeah, he had 30 seconds until my beacon was dead forever.
I have a purple helmet, and that's it.
I have the Havoc and the RE45. Which do you want?
I'll take the Havoc. Just because, like, I kind of already have a little bit of an understanding of how it spins up, so I don't want you to be caught unaware in that firefight.
Thanks. Appreciate. But yeah, I definitely agree that like the startup of each game needs to be better.
At the very least, more unique, you know?
Yeah. And
I mean, this game does it pretty. I'll give it that. Those gas trails are real beautiful to look at, but like, it's just it's so samey still.
Yeah, and that like I think you need multiple maps, and I really because like I don't know this map very well yet. I know the locations. I don't know how to get from location to location yet, but already this map definitely is starting to feel more and more bland each time I play it, and that's not good.
Yeah, for me it's mostly because the river is such a large aspect, and nothing good has ever happened to us on the river. I think that's another large problem with Battle Royales as a whole, is that very few of them have, like, the circles shrink down the edges of the map. It's a very rare occurrence. Like, it happens sometimes, but it's just more likely to happen in the center, and I think there needs to be more variability there to give the entire map a chance to be, like, the final zone.
Mm-hmm. Like
it's always the fucking river in this game. It was like once I played where it was like the airbase, and since then, oh, and once in the swamp with you. But like out of the maybe 40, 50 games we played. Oh dear.
Yep. I am running.
hurts.
Ow.
Alright, Sphere, could we not?
Whew. Okay, cool. Made it. How much of this house?
One. Oh,
Do I have a
single fire.
backpack?
That might make this gun usable.
Also, what does my ultimate do?
You get Super Hunter Vision, which allows you to see all the aspects of things that enemies have recently done, and highlights them bright red against a monochromatic background.
Ah.
It's pretty neat, and honestly makes me go too Rambo sometimes.
Because like an idea I had, or I've had a couple of ideas for like the starting thing, and then the whole circle pushing you to the center of the map kind of thing. Because I also agree on that. Like I don't think that the game necessarily needs to do that to push players together. And just to continue off of like the starting positions. Let's see, I wrote down. Let's see. You have a forced starting position on the edge of the map, and the goal is for each team to make it to the center while hitting up smaller goals along the way. Like, so you're choosing a starting position on the edge of the map, so you'll always be starting on the edge, and the goal is always to get to the center. So literally, how I came up with that was I'm like, oh, that's just the fucking. Well, I thought of it, and then I was like, oh, that's just the fucking forced to death arc from Naruto.
Yeah, kind of, maybe.
Because yeah, Naruto, you just had to take one of your scrolls, and you had to have 2 scrolls and get to the center of the forest.
To be fair, though, with them, it was literally life and death for them. For us, it's restarting the game. So it's a lot less of, like, serious stakes. You, take the purple armor in there.
Purple armor? Where?
In one of these boxes. Oh my god, it's a graveyard. Oh god, the Havoc rifle sucks. So,
Ooh, oof.
what, I mean, I know there's a lot of murder happening right now, but like, what would you do ideally that you think could motivate people into meeting the center?
It may have to wait a sec.
I believe in your mental faculties.
Okay, yeah, this is a pretty neat vision. Use the ultimate. Is everybody dead? Looks like it. Whoa. Nope.
Swear to God,
nope.
dude, if we survive and win this game, it's just because of Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, he did already revive both of us. I'm gonna see what I can do about getting closer to them without them noticing me. And a blue helmet. Okay, I'll take that.
Hey, do you think you can move over here and revive me? I'm in a very safe corner. You just have to hop that fence. Oh,
Wait.
dear.
I'm trying to get to you. Jesus, there's a cover on it. Fucking hell.
I marked the fence.
Uh-oh.
There you go, buddy.
It was not a safe corner. So what was your question again?
What objectives or rewards do you think would be worth enough to reward or to encourage people into the center like that?
I don't know, honestly. But I know you're not a fan of them, but like, I feel like there should be like some other goal to complete other than just being the last one to survive. That's the kind of game that I would make, and so the goal of the game would be to get to the center. It wouldn't be to just get to the center. Maybe there's something like an item that makes it easier for you to kill, or or gives you more advantage over other players if you get there first, or there's a limited quantity of them or something. You can only take one in the first couple teams to get there, get it. But just something where it's
drop pods.
just something that's so advantageous that like you have to you're kind of dumb if it isn't your goal to at least try to get to the center first before fanning out. But I think it would be interesting if you had to start from the edges rather than dropping in. And that way you don't even really need that storm or anything to keep squishing everybody into the center, since everybody would just want to anyway. Another possibility would be if you wanted to keep more randomness, and this is something I thought of just now during the podcast, was the map could be named Earthquake or something, or like Fault Line or something, and random chunks of the map could break off and fall into the ocean at random intervals, and so just your play area will get smaller. That would probably necessitate ways to get.
How much of a heads up do these people have to before the map just breaks out from under their feet?
To speak from a game design perspective, and this is a very technical term, but enough time.
Because you know what else gives you enough time to get out from a hazardous position? The ring.
What? Yeah, but the randomness
okay, I see
of
what you're saying though, and like I do agree that they should do it more creatively. That being said, that idea is just like a paint job, a cool paint job, but a paint job.
Well, sometimes that's all it's necessary. I think my favorite example of I guess I'll be Lifeline. I think my favorite example of repainting something and like barely repainting it and people enjoying it a lot more is I guess he's selecting a random character. World of Warcraft, I think it was. I don't know which update it was or what they were what part of it was, but initially they didn't want people playing for too long, so they put in an XP decreaser, so the more you played, the less XP you earned, and you only got it back after resting. And people really hated that. They were like, "Oh, I'm never gonna play this game. It's so shitty. It doesn't encourage you to play."
It's an awful idea.
So I think what they ended up doing was, can I go over to my squad, please? Oh, thank you. This guy's getting muted. So all they did was they renamed it essentially to, and I guess probably repackaged it a little bit, but they renamed it to, it's not that you get XP decrease the more you play, it's that you get an XP bonus when you rest. So when you're playing the game normally,
it's a slight tweak, but it makes so much of a difference, dude. It's from punishing to rewarding. However, that punishment is literally hours tacked on to what is an hours-long grind fest versus hours removed from that hours-long grind fest.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
I'd call
sometimes
that less of a repaint and more like oh god, I forgot the science term. It was gonna be really cool, but like when the poles shift on a heavenly body, I'm not Pathfinder, of a heavenly body every however long those cycles are.
Are you talking about a paradigm shift?
Yeah, that's the word.
And I don't believe that that's at all what a paradigm shift is. But I
That's
got
not
what
the
you meant.
word, but you sounded convincing.
But yeah, like, because they did. I don't believe that they really changed what the mechanic did, and if they did, it was just a slight retooling. But the majority of the
yeah, I mean, from a technical standpoint, it was very minor. However, the ramifications are enormous.
yeah, and that's what I was trying to say was, you know, because the ring is boring now. So maybe instead of just having the ring, having random sections that become unstable and then fall after 30 seconds or something, I don't know, however long you would need to make it, that maybe that could be the repaint that the game would need, just to be a little bit more hectic and a little bit more unpredictable and fun. That way you're not like, okay, we gotta wait for the next ring. And I don't know, maybe if you wanted to get creative with it, you could find a way to give players agency to either influence the chance or determine which piece will fall next and when it will fall or something.
I think from a marketing standpoint, you could have the game's server room marked by like viewers for streamers who are in that server on Twitch or whatever, or just anything, and have viewers and the dead people, and the dead people's votes would count as more. All vote on which section falls out next.
Yeah, that could be super fun, honestly, especially like adding in those streamer capabilities. Because, like, do you think people would really have? I mean, I'm sure the people would do it, but like, that sounds way more fun than having people decide, okay, where's the ring gonna be next? Because you're kind of limited at that point to choose. I'm taking these light rounds. I'm gonna take the body. Oh god. While you're doing that, I'm gonna. Never mind. There's nothing else left. Oh god.
Oh dear. I'll remember you.
It's okay. I'm alive.
I'm gonna go down now.
You do that. Whew.
Okay.
Hey, you're not dead.
Alrighty.
Oh shit!
Oh, I hit him real hard. Took 82 damage straight to the balls.
I can't see him. If you can make it to the sand, past the sandbags over here, I should be able to help you.
Oh dear. Oh. Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, was that a real boy? That was a real boy.
Nope.
That wasn't a real boy.
No, it was not.
Balls.
Where the fuck? Got him.
Ah, good murder.
Thank you. I don't know how I did that.
Oh, no, it wasn't a real
think-
boy, 'cause when Mirage goes down, he sets a Mirage of him up, and he's cloaked for a couple seconds.
Ah. I have. Ooh, I got an achievement. I became the kill leader. I'm the kill leader.
Oh, good job.
EJ, I'm the kill leader.
Lead that kill, BB.
Oh, dang, there's more items over here. What's in here? Take those light rounds. Ooh, I'll take this backpack. And I'll take these shield cells.
Hey, you can drop down Healy drone?
Yeah, I was about to say, do you want that?
Very much so. I ain't got no syringe.
Here, take some of these guys.
I popped like 4 of them while I was hiding.
Yeah, I think I have one of the 100 ones and then 6 of the 25 ones.
Yeah, I have a very similar number. Um, so personally, as far as the circle's concerned, I would like to see at least one game go full battle royale, where the map is broken up into little quadrants, and it's completely random what quadrant gets like de demolished or taken away. So you're forced to stay on the move. Sometimes you're forced to go out into the danger, and the danger wouldn't necessarily be like a health sap over time, because that's boring and lame and played out. But maybe I don't know, a constant raining explosion-y hellfire, um, where you might make it through completely unscathed, but you're probably going to get hit by artillery to death. So it encourages players to stay on the move, but also it doesn't give you a clear idea of where the final conflict is going to come down to. And you might have some unsatisfying endings where it's the two quadrants, or I mean, maybe you could add in some under the hood code where they can't spawn less than X or more than X amount of distance away from each other, but like you're still probably going to have a couple unsatisfying wins where you're trying to get to each other and one of the two final participants ends up just exploding just trying to get to the other one.
Yeah, because
But,
isn't like
like,
PUBG's area almost like that, where like there's just the area around you gets smaller, and if you go outside the area, there's a chance that you'll be pummeled with missiles.
No, that's just a hot zone where it
Oh,
randomly
right.
just pummels areas with missiles.
Which, I mean, it's nice. It adds in a little extra randomness. So there's like a mini ring of death that you have to avoid as well.
Yeah, I don't know if
Um,
there's anything like positive about the hot zone, but ooh, the boat. I want the boat.
This guy had a peacekeeper. I want it. Oh my god, look at this peacekeeper. Holy shit.
What color is it?
It's on
That one's far
fire.
away. Oh, this one's way better than mine. Mine's rainbow leopard print.
I want all of the shotgun ammo. I thought there was some here, but I don't know. Maybe the dead dudes had some.
Heads up, I'm probably gonna die on the boat.
But when you said quadrants, immediately that made me think of a more confined kind of experience where there's literally areas of the map that will close and open that are very small spaces. And it will trap anybody in there, you know. So maybe there's like multiple quadrants that are open at the same time. But it almost would feel more like a horror battle royale game than like a survival battle royale game. And I think that could be kind of cool. And because like the point I would like to bring home with this kind of topic to talk about is that the amount of battle royale games that I think are out there right now have not even really begun to explore the possibilities of the genre. Like there's so much more
Absolutely.
you can do, and I really would love to see the directions it can be pushed in, because I wouldn't be talking about it if I didn't think there was something about it that was good or could be good.
And personally, it's not that like I don't like your ideas for the genre. It's just that a lot of your ideas were just like straight up MOBA, and I'm curious to see what kind of MOBA you would make. But like what you had conveyed to me earlier through text it hadn't taken as much form as it is now, so it wasn't lending itself as much to battle royale so much as just writing itself into a new genre, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mind creating a new genre either, because I think that's also incredibly interesting. Oh shit! I'm gonna do my best to recover you. Oh, there was a
No,
mirage.
that's Mirage's ult.
Yep. How much if I can just sneak down there and grab you?
I am under a building, so
Made it.
In progress. Looks like I'm inside the ring.
Also, these giant fucking brontosaur camel things in the background. What's up with those? Like, it's cool that they're there, but I want to know more about them.
Time to rock, shock, and rock. Care package
Also, there's a peacekeeper here for you when you get back. Oh yeah, and you can look at mine now.
How do I activate
this.
my goddamn ultimate ability?
Check this out.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. Oh, I have 3 kills. That's what that number means.
Yep, I've done a gross amount of damage, just haven't done any murder.
I don't feel like I've killed 3 people. Ah, yes, get all your items.
Alright.
Because I definitely have more ideas, but it's kind of hard to look and play.
That's fair.
Oh boy, and I have 6 shotgun shots. Oh boy. Oh! There you go.
No. Bad bloodhound.
Whoa!
Fuck, I forgot. I entirely forgot what was on my mind.
Oh, baby.
Alright, got my ult again. Jesus.
Ah!
I was trying to
Damn
guess
it!
where you were so that way I could block the bullets with my body.
You did valiantly. I just ran out of shotgun shots.
Yeah, the Peacekeeper is just too damn good.
Yeah. You did more damage than I did, but I got more kills.
shield battery.
Yeah, 'cause I fought stupid battles.
Oh, did that get me a level though? Hey, it did. Level 14.
I really, really, really want to turn this fucking talk back into shitting on Fortnite. But I must resist, 'cause it's just so bad.
Yeah.
I haven't played
I'm
it
actually
lately, so I don't know what all those new skins and, like, things are about, but it just looks so bad.
Yeah, hold that thought. I keep the folks entertained. I need to go use the restroom.
Oh. Oh dear.
I shall return.
Man, keeping people entertained would be way easier if I had my screen streaming. Introduce yourself. Hi, this is Ezra, my girlfriend. She's also capable of opinions, but is also capable of silence. Hence the lack of opinions. When an opinion comes, you can be guaranteed that it will be a trademarked our opinion. But we've yet to hit that point. Look at you finding a recordable voice. Well, I mean, that's how you do it. Baby steps. Yeah. I mean, it's quieter than your normal voice.
Well, you're talking like super loud.
Yeah, 'cause you gotta project. 'Cause I have a really shitty microphone. If we had a good microphone, we wouldn't have to yell. But also, what better way is there to transfer opinions than yelling?
You have a point.
Right? That's how every successful opinion has ever been spoken. Just yelled it at somebody.
Right in there.
Right in their ear, sometimes with a megaphone. Just pregame with an air horn to deafen them so that way your yell doesn't hurt their ears when you yell in their ear.
Wouldn't that make you yell ineffective though?
Yes, but it's polite. Because your voice isn't what murdered their hearing.
So you act with me.
Well, actions speak louder than words. Especially when you make it so your words can't be heard through your actions.
I am
Welcome
done
back,
with the
Brandon.
restrooming. Hello. But yeah, what I was gonna say before I had to use the restroom was, we'll probably have to re-download Fortnite for like a minute and play it again to see what they've done with it. Eventually,
I
not
know
now.
because it's like the responsible thing to do. If we're gonna talk so much shit on it, it may have gotten better. It hasn't, but it may have gotten better.
Because, okay, that's not fair. Because I've actually played it recently. When I went home for the Christmas break, my brother wanted to play it with me, so he downloaded it on my Switch because it can do cross-platform. And apparently there was a game mode that they had made, and apparently their rotating game modes are even more infuriating than Overwatch's somehow.
Oof.
Got a good feeling about this area. Here we go.
And they had a rotating game mode where it was like limited building or something, so you had like a very low amount of resources, so you could make like a wall if you needed to. So it's kind of like a no building game mode, which I'm like, cool, I hate the building. Let's see what this is like. And it literally felt no different.
Yeah, because they have to do a limited gravity game mode. Fucking plant them feet. That's the worst part. The fact that all you have to do to win is just smash the jump button and fucking do walls until you fall on their head with a shotgun.
Yeah, because apparently they have fixed the problem where the shotgun does 250 damage when you have a maximum of 200 health.
It was 255 damage, thank you.
I'm gonna try out the wingman and see what it's like.
Attention. First blood. First blood. Should have seen that coming.
Ooh,
Beginning ring count.
what's this? Oh, it's a sniper stock. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, it's the carbine. I'll take you. A helmet? A helmet if you need it.
Level 1.
Every time you say, ooh, what's this? I just imagine the Jack Skellington meme.
What's this? What's this? There's guns everywhere. Let me see. Oops. Let me see what I have else written down here. Oh yeah, I had an idea for like the AI threat. Because I do like the idea of an AI threat. I think just to keep it interesting, like I'm sure it would be very tough to program, but I don't believe it's out of the realm to program. I think they should try to program a system that tries to detect if the match, like how fun the match is, I guess, in a way.
Go on
like, I
and
know-
sell me on your black magic.
Yeah, I don't know what it would track, but I mean, maybe it would track like how many people are dying per second, or how many random events have happened, or how many, just what's going on. And if the game feels like a certain area is like low in chaos or something, or however you'd end up programming that, it would like start like, I guess the best way I could visualize it is, you remember in like Destiny, those like huge, like not raids, but like group fights where people would get together and fight those very large health enemies?
The Radiant Raids.
Yeah. Essentially, like a very large boss monster essentially would drop down and create a bunch of chaos in a part of the map.
That's what I was thinking about for your idea of encouraging players to get within a certain range of each other. Is that to have those raids where you could absolutely be that dick who backstabs and murders everyone, taking advantage of that chaos, but you could also like put it aside, help fight that large AI threat, and then have that AI threat explode a bunch of loot very far in all of the directions, so that way you could feasibly loot it safely without fear of getting shot to death. But have it be like so tough that you would need help from other people to kill it. I feel like announcing that presence would either encourage people to come so that way they could hunt down people who did want to do the raid, or to bring them together to do the raid, and then have a little bloodbath there because they're all in one spot and they all just got new weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think they could be really fun. Plus, could you imagine if we were just like in an area like this where it's like, oh, it's calm, not much is happening, and all of a sudden you hear like a roar, and then a monster jumps down from the clouds and lands right there? Like, that would be a fun
like have
story.
a literal dragon swoop by because it's a burnt forest.
Yeah, like, and you could go with your quadrant idea, like different events for different parts of the map, and that would help lend to some story. Because I think having a tiny bit of like lore to discover might also appease people who like finding information, and people who would probably, get really into it. Ooh. I want this helmet. I got a purple helmet.
I do agree with that. Like, just nothing major, like, but enough clues for people who like look for them and go out of their way to find it,
Mm-hmm. Like, I wouldn't want it as ridiculous as the Battlefield Easter eggs, but like, there could be like one or two that are as complicated as the Battlefield Easter eggs. Because goddamn, those are complicated.
Oh my god, he's so far away.
What's that blue pinging down there?
Oh, Brandon, we're top squad. Or
Oh, we are?
me and our Pathfinder are top squad, and you don't have a real name. Because we were on the banners.
Yeah, it's because you guys are no longer there. It doesn't look
The
like.
fuck? I came to save him, and he quit.
What a dick. I
Right?
mean, what a little bitch.
Right? I went so far to save him.
Yeah, there has to be, no matter what, I think there should be some kind of reward for seeing the match all the way through. With like an exception to people who die like immediately.
Oh, there's enemies nearby. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. She's taking her time to kick me in the face with a drumstick. A very non-lethal wooden drumstick. I killed their Gibraltar outright, so there's only 2 of them.
Where'd she go? Where'd she go?
She dipped, dude.
Uh-oh.
You have grenades.
Do I? No. I do not have grenades.
Those are very good to pick up for this exact situation. You may be able to just teleport up there with your ult. That's a long stretch of open field.
I have no idea how to do it.
All right, you gotta mess around with it in the next couple of matches then.
Because yeah,
'Cause you
see,
did what
I placed
did,
it.
where you placed it a foot away from itself.
Yeah, that's the second time I've done that.
Maybe you have to place each individual anchor.
I think so, because I think what happens is when you use it, it creates a portal. Like when you initiate it, it creates a portal where you used it, and then you have to run, and then wherever you are when you pressed the right trigger is where it creates the outer portal. I think that's what it is.
I definitely think they need to be clear with their terminology for their hero descriptions.
Yeah, because let me see here. Oh, do I have something new for Gibraltar? What do I have? Oh, I have his bloodline skin. Well, there he goes. And I have something new in the armory. Oh, I have a new thing for a shotgun. I have... Oh no, it's the Mastiff shotgun that I have something unlocked for. I have Urban Edge. Nope. Yeah, let me see. How do I view, like, what she does?
I don't know. I've only been able to do it in-game.
Alright. I don't even remember what I was talking about beforehand.
Neither do I. Yeah, I do not remember.
Another couple of ideas that I had, I guess, was, because I like the idea of placing goals around the map. So it'd be like multiple goals that people would go to. So they'd basically be swarming around those areas. Oh, good. So they'd basically be swarming around those areas to go, complete the goals first, and then after those goals completed, like, other goals would spawn around the map intermittently. So, like, it'd basically be, like, guiding rings of players throughout the map. So, like, it would be, like, a huge swarm in the center at first, but then a spread back out, and a spread back in, and a spread back out kind of thing. For an interesting kind of game flow around the map. That way you're, like, retraversing areas and exploring more rather than just going through each location once and only once each game. And which that kind of structure might give more to changing game environment as well. Want to go die?
Yeah.
And then another idea that I had. I'm trying to remember it because I know I had another idea. Maybe I'll think of it later.
I mean, my biggest thing is that as long as the goals don't, like, introduce a win condition that's more than just last person standing. Because as soon as the game is centered on something outside of that, it ceases to be a battle royale.
The battle happens quick. Be ready.
And I do think it's possible that I might not like pure Battle Royale. I might like elements of what Battle Royales do, but not the game type itself, so I might be okay with that.
I mean, that's fair. Each person prefers their own type of game.
Oh yeah, the idea I had was maybe there's like a pregame section, I guess, where all you're doing is running around and collecting equipment. And there's a short set period to do that in, like maybe a minute to 2 minutes to do it. And that way when you spawn, it's not like you have a preset equipment every time. You still have to scavenge, but while you're scavenging, you can't shoot other people. And it's just a purely scavenging section where you just collect as much shit as possible. That way you have as much starting stuff as possible.
I do think that's a better alternative to just starting with shit, but then it just makes me think of the Fortnite pregame, where everyone's just like, they're just shitting their pants all over the place, for lack of a better description.
Yeah,
And
but
how
I mean,
totally irritating that was to me.
yeah, but I mean that wasn't even like you can't do anything during that. You're just kind of waiting for the people to load in at that point.
I mean, you could break things, you could shoot, you could hit people, you could do everything you could. You were scavenging. I mean, yeah, it didn't serve a purpose, but basically just a mini version of that without stakes.
Whoa.
Although, again, to be fair,
Damn it.
that's Fortnite, and Fortnite is the grossness. Where are you? Oh, you're up there.
Yep, and I have no weapons, so I'm gonna punch my way to it.
Oh, I didn't know you didn't have weapons. I've passed so many guns. Oh, you're
gonna look
so
at my
deep
stuff.
up in there.
Yeah, because I was still looking for stuff around the area, and I didn't realize that you guys had already gone into the place,
Yeah,
wherever that was.
I went out onto the lookout, whereas you went into the bunker. Oh, that shield takes forever to set up.
Yep, yeah, it does. I mean, I get why, because Wraith's ability also takes a second to start up. And I get why, so that way you can't, it's not just an automatic save your skin if you weren't paying attention, but like,
I mean,
it doesn't feel good.
You shouldn't feel like the game isn't responding to you just because you've been stupid. I do agree that stupid people should be punished for being stupid, but that punishment should be using your ability at an inopportune moment.
Yeah. Because both his thing and Wraith's thing have startup times, and both of which I've died because. I don't have anything in there worth taking.
I think this is like the third time where I thought you were the wrong person, and it turns out that you were super deep in Please Don't Go There land when I wasn't looking. I'll be back in a bit. I gotta make a call.
Yes.
Okay.
try the next ring.
We. Oh, good. He ran off, and there's like nothing around here now because it's already been scavenged. That's good. That's a good time. Oh boy.
Of the squads left.
Please be something in here. I'll take you. I'll take you. Suppose the thermite grenade is better than nothing. Sure, I'll see what's over here. What's this? Nope.
Sure will spread out a bit much.
Oh. Oh. Oh no. I don't like light machine guns. I'm not a fan of light machine guns. I don't want it.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots. Firing. I've been down.
Where is he? Oh. Jeez. Oh, good. It's closing in 3 minutes. Dang it. This doesn't have a map. This map does not have the locations of the tethers. That's nice. Is there a tether around here? I don't see one. That one. Over there. Alright. Okay, I wish I had some shields for this, but, alright. We're just gonna do this without shields. Okay. It's okay. That's fine. So my plan is, VJ's not back. Well, actually, that wouldn't work. Can I... My plan was going to be to let EJ die and then just take his banner and run. But I don't even think that guy saw us. Yeah, I know. I don't know how he missed us.
Oh my god, I'm alive. What is this? What is this sorcery? Why do we breathe?
I don't know. There's one person around, a robot that didn't notice us. Quick, to the balloon. We'll find you supplies elsewhere. Yeah, the other dude died way far away. Like, to the point where I was not going to be able to get to him in time. What's over here? Mozambique shotgun and a pistol. Better than nothing.
You take the pistol.
If you see any energy ammo, let me know.
Alright, I just picked wingman, so I'm happy with life. I say we go this way. What the hell are we talking about?
I don't know.
Ah, good. Back here.
Yeah, it's great, huh? Whoa.
Come on, Mitchell. Say hello.
Ow.
Jesus.
Well, that happened really quickly.
Yeah, I was gonna throw down my shield, and then they had a really big gun.
I dealt 11 damage.
That was a total clusterfuck.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one last match to wrap up whatever thoughts we still have in our.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I'm pretty sure I've said everything that I've wanted to say. Did I? I'm pretty sure I had a pack here that was unopened. And it took it away from me because I was in the unpacking screen when we started the last match. That's awesome. Well,
It probably gave you the shit in your Legends inventory then.
probably, but it doesn't say anything new, so I don't know.
Mm.
Oh well. But yeah, I mean, I've said everything that I kind of wanted to say.
So, were you looking for a new icon or the little red dot?
The little red dot.
Okay, just want to make sure we're thinking about the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we could end it the way we intended to start it, which was talking about Apex Legends and how it's kind of built well, you know.
I mean, we did talk about it a little bit. And after playing it more, I think it really does come down to the guns feel great. Like the guns feel great. The movement is really fun. With the ultimate and secondary abilities, it gives you more options than just run away and shoot, and would probably aid in either one of those. Everything else kind of pretty standard fare for Battle Royale games. I guess it was kind of impressive that it was just like a side project, like you said.
I think it's a little bit of a disservice just to like bullet point it like that, 'cause especially like the movement. It's super important how good this movement feels because, like we said earlier when we lightly touched on it, the movement is like the 80% of what you do in a battle royale game. So it's clear that they built it with the intention of movement like working well, flowing well for the environment, and just feeling slightly unique to how you think about each situation depending on your character. But like, I can't think of many other games that move like this, quite frankly.
Yeah, like, I mean, because Respawn has always been pretty good with movement. I mean,
What?
They made-
I
'cause
know
they made
I know them.
Titanfall.
I can't remember their big ol' franchises off my head.
they made Titanfall.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they were the first ones to be like, hey, what if running on walls was a main thing?
Right. What if you were cool?
So they've always been really good at movement.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, something that feels very well thought out is like all the zip lines and the balloons, and then letting one character create new zip lines.
Oh my god, yeah, we've been passing the whole time. Like, I didn't even think about balloons. Like, the balloons are huge for me in this game. It gets you out of the situation, maybe, but more importantly, it allows you to cross most of the shitty parts of the map just by flying over it without actually having to deal with forgetting them. And that was a huge problem I had with both Fortnite and PUBG. It's just there's so much dead map that I don't want to go through, and the balloons, even if we don't use them often, just give me the option to circumvent it, so my displeasure at those areas is softened.
Yeah, and I mean, at least with PUBG, you can get in a vehicle and at least use a vehicle to help you get quickly out of an area you don't want to be in.
And PUBG had vehicles, but they weren't fun. Well, it's not they weren't fun. They were great fun, especially when we were doing donuts around that guy while you had the LMG in the passenger seat and we're trying to kill him. That was amazing. It was just the vehicles were so sparse.
Yeah. But yeah, just the movement overall in this game and the way you move around the map, they definitely put a lot of thought into it. And I'm always just, I don't know, it's not that this doesn't happen. Like, good game design definitely comes out of a focused team. But like, it seems like a common thing for like a big company like Respawn to be like, hey, we got a contract for Microsoft. We're making this huge big game. We don't need half of our team, so let's pay them a little less and send them off to do this random side project that we don't care about. Let them do whatever with. And so they do whatever with it, and they make something better than what the main team was making.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why that seems to happen consistently, but it seems to happen consistently.
I think it's largely because you don't have to overthink it. Like, as long as you don't create a freaking dumpster fire, you're not going to lose your job over it, you know?
Yeah.
So you have that just like ease of mind. As long as you make something that isn't a crap fest, you're gonna do pretty well. I mean, nobody wants to make an okay game, but like there isn't the pressure that there is if you have a contract for $80 billion on the line. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Our teammate ran complete opposite direction.
Yep. Also, I have sort of a sniper.
Why sort of a sniper?
I have the G7 Scout.
Ah.
And I have like a
Unreal.
6 time. I have like a 6 times zoom scope on it. So it's basically a sniper.
Yeah, it's that qualifies.
Who's ready to fly on a zip line? I am.
Because, I mean, like, you can definitely see the parts of the game where they didn't put all too much thought in it, but overall, I think they did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
They did a better job than most other companies that were trying to do this.
It's fun. It's not over complex. It doesn't rely on mechanics. They're just dumb. and they did their best to make each player's playstyle a little bit more accentuated and unique in the Legends.
Yeah.
I'm
wait, let me
not
see
a
here.
fan of their League of Legends based like microtransactions deal.
Okay, yeah, so I was right. When I use my ultimate ability, I place down a portal over there, and then I can go a certain distance away up until I have 0 energy left, and then I can press the right right trigger and create a portal to there, and then I can jump through them at any given time.
Oh, not only do you jump through them, you jump through your path of motion.
Yeah. Okay, so that's how that
amazing.
works.
Wraith, I definitely think Wraith needs some work.
Yeah, she needs a Symmetra like portal, I think. Something similar to that. Because the portal that I have is not useful for when you're in a firefight.
I'd prefer a straight line from point A to point B, but I'm fine with the travel time. Because it'd be kind of shitty for a Wraith to just fall out of the sky and then immediately 2 other dudes are on you shooting you, you know?
Yeah. So I have very long range and very short range.
Yeah, I've got a good mid to long range and a short mid range. Just the downtime. I haven't seen another squad this entire time.
Me neither.
I don't even remember where they dropped. Yeah. Overall, I hope this game sticks around for a while because it's fun. And it's
Yeah.
like, just fun enough.
Already inside.
I suppose something we could talk about is all the people saying "fuck Overwatch, play this."
Oh. Yeah, no. Nah. It's
They're not the same game.
exactly. It's a completely different experience. They're built to do different things. Overwatch characters actually seem unique, whereas these just seem like a toolbox. Like they kinda, depending on like whether or not you're playing Gibraltar, their movement kind of feels unique in how they like run, but it's nowhere near the same. It doesn't play the same. The guns don't operate on the same level. You're just getting two completely different things out of the games. And while I'm not a super big fan of Overwatch right now, I don't think this is like the better, you know?
Yeah, it makes no sense, honestly, for people to be like, because that's so I told you about the new Paris map, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, Skull Piercer, I want that. Oh no, I can't take that on this one. Damn it, I would love to, but I can't. But yeah, most, if not all of the comments on that video are just, not impressed, going back to playing Apex. It's like, it's not the same game. It's not the same game type at all.
See, and the problem with that is like when you play the game of the moment, it looks stupid 4 months from now. And if this game just ends up being the game of the moment, it's gonna make your comment history make you look like a tool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think most people's comment history makes them look like a tool because they make themselves look like tools.
I mean, that's true, but you know, just take that extra minute to not be dumb about commenting.
Because yeah, as much much fun as this game is, I truly don't know if it has the staying power.
Exactly. Like, this is current. Like, it's very obvious that battle royales are the trend. Overwatch didn't come out chasing a trend, but battle royales are the trend. Just like loot-based collectathons were the trend. Borderlands got ahead of the curve on that one, but then it was like every game was all just loot and shoot. And now we have Anthem coming out 2 years after the trend is fucking dead and gone. And
Yeah, because
EA
Anthem is
dropped
like EA's Destiny, right?
millions into it.
Yeah, yeah, they did.
It's just
Cause like Anthem is like EA's take on Destiny, right?
you get cool
Doesn't look nearly
armors
as
and
good.
power suits, and you go around searching for loots and buy loot boxes.
Because like I don't know if the entire internet also feels the same. I'm sure there are people who are excited for and will buy it, but like nothing about it looks good to me.
That's the thing. I haven't heard anything overwhelmingly negative, but I haven't heard anything at all positive, and that's what makes me so sure that it's not going to be anything. It's not even enough to hate.
Yeah, because like I haven't heard anything about it. have not heard a single thing about Anthem. In fact, I don't know if this helps or not, but I actually like I was just looking through GameStop the other day, and I saw Ark Survival Combat Evolved or something, whatever Ark is, and I looked at it. I'm like, oh, is that EA's new game? And I was like, wait, that's Anthem. Got it confused with the other A title.
Jesus. Ark was like another one of those that hit after the trend, an early release survival game. It's like, you know what, we're gonna do dinosaurs, and apparently it finally got a full release, and immediately went into the Games Pass.
Oof.
You know, honestly, I think that's what happened. Is just Microsoft just buys up all these companies that are doing early releases, and then they don't ever do the full release, and Microsoft's like, we own you. You're releasing this now.
Which I mean is admirable.
Yeah, because the whole early release thing is just the worst.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Repairing. Look out, grenade.
That's not good.
Where even?
Oh my god.
I got shot from the left, but there was no one on the left.
Well, that was a
Oh, this
busted
was.
final screen. Yeah, no, I was shooting her, and I literally shot her 3 times with a shotgun. I think the last shotgun damage I did to her did 8 damage for whatever reason. And, yeah, no, did not kill her in like 3 or 4 shotgun shots.
It looked like she had a purple shield, but still, I
That was a little ridiculous.
was very sad about my death.
Yeah. Like, and that's just what I hate about this kind of game type is like, it's inevitable. Like, unless you completely change it, like or unless you make it not a true Battle Royale, it is inevitable that you're going to have games like that where you just die and you're like, oh, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Like, that's just the nature of it. In any other game, you just respawn and you'd be like, well, that was shitty, let's go fix it. But that's, like, just the end of it with Battle Royales. But at the same time, that's partially why I like the genre, just to end that story abruptly. Because I've never been a fan of structured story arcs. And if each game is a story, just being taken out like a little bitch every once in a while, and that's the end of the story, I think there's some inherent beauty in that, even if it's the worst.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if a company really just wanted to make a battle royale game just to make money and to capitalize on like the trend, but wanted to stand out in some way, they could just copy everything that this game does and then add on something like they could spend all their time doing something like adding in mini stories where like they have 140 or however many, like just an absurdly large list of scenarios that you could be fighting for. And so like your little squad of 3 to 6 people or however many they'd want you to have could be fighting for this certain story. And, you know, depending on whether you win or you lose, a different ending to that story could happen. That way at least it feels like an ending rather than just kind of like, because to me, yeah, it's an ending, but it's not like a satisfying ending. If there's like a little cutscene or a little bit of dialogue or just something that tells you what happened, what consequence your death meant, then I might forgive it a bit more and be like, okay, well at least there's some consequence to me dying other than me just finding a new game. Because I think that's what really bothers me about it, is that I die, but what does my death mean? You know?
Well, and that's like the one thing that the Battle Royales didn't take from Battle Royale, is that they didn't set up stakes. Whereas Battle Royale's like, these are just children trying to survive. And that's the whole thing. You are children being forced into this position by the world. And Battle Royales just take the actual action of the Battle Royale rather than the setup to it and run with that. I'd be willing to meet you halfway with the whole story thing, where there's something that gets you going in the beginning, but if I die, I don't think I'd want that to be resolved. I like, but that again, that's just me. I like shitty things. Um,
Well, I mean,
I'd
that
want
could
to know
also.
like why I was there and what I was fighting for, sure, but if I personally wasn't capable of completing it, I'm fine with what I did ending right there.
Well, yeah, like that could actually on its own be enough because, like I said, if they'd spent their time making like 200 of these little mini stories that you could possibly have for your group, then like if you don't get a resolution to it, you're gonna be like, oh, but what about blank? And then like you start up your next game, and then it'll be a completely different mission or story or whatever, and it'll be like, oh, but what happened to blank? And what happens when blank? And you really want to get that story again to figure out what happens. And so maybe there could be like achievements or special items rewarded to you if you get if you complete a story by winning or something. I don't know. It could add something, and it could make it a little bit more interesting.
I mean, it would be neat for your objective based things where like yeah, you got to be the last one to survive, but maybe one group has to go find like this vial in this one part of the map and set it off on an air pod. And even if you lose, you still get to know that like you went into this highly contested battle zone and cured mustard gas or something. So I think that would be an interesting way to do it if you were also going to do the goal thing. But I don't know. It would just have to be done. It would just have to be done. Because not doing it doesn't add anything to the genre.
Yeah.
I think that's just about all I got.
Same here. I hope the 192,24,368,200 billion, maybe 0 people who watch this enjoyed it.
I watched it. I did. I enjoyed it.
Yay!
Yeah.
And hopefully doing this once a week when available. Usually at some time on Thursdays, but should Thursday not be available, probably adjacent days would be when we do it. Follow, like, subscribe, comment, do all the things. Go watch Star Wars: The Last Jedi and think it's good, and also then go watch what we said about that. Which I don't even think we finished talking about all the things we wanted to talk about in that one. Where did EJ go? What happened to Xbox? Oh no. Oh no. EJ, no. EJ, where'd you go? Oh no. I mean, I kind of wanted to, like, click the stop streaming button. I'm assuming his internet went out. So, yeah. Hope everybody had a great time watching the stream, and we'll see you next week. EJ, no. EJ, where'd you go?